88.1 WRFL, Lexington's High Octane Alternative.
Good evening, Lexington. It is 6 o'clock p.m. and you are listening to WRFL 88.1 FM. My name is Mary. I'm filling in for Mason tonight, who normally does Gridlock in this time slot. But of course, today is a holiday, and I'm happy to celebrate with you all. And I have a couple of special guests with me. So, joining me is the one and only John Clark, my father. We're making this a family affair.
It is indeed a family affair, and that's what should happen at Christmas time.
So I grew up with WRFL. My dad had joined the station in the early 90s as a DJ and then became the faculty advisor. And so we always had it on in the car. So I was in middle school at the time, and he just started bringing me in on Fridays to join him on the show. And one day he handed me the binder of public service announcements and was like, "Hey, read this on air." So I did. I worked up the courage to do it, and he started talking to me about how to develop a radio voice and just got me comfortable with it. By the time I was in high school, he was encouraging me to play songs that I liked on his show and gave me the space to do that, which was always really fun. I was really into the local hardcore scene at the time, so it just felt cool that somebody was validating yeah, you should play these local hardcore bands on the radio that other people can listen to. But I think looking at the base level of what brings people to WRFL, which is music usually, music is already such a big part of the way we self-express and how we form our identity and how we communicate with each other. And my dad always fostered that within me growing up. And so I think the full circleness of it is that we still get to share that same connection and still talk about what songs we love and tell each other hey, I heard this great song by this band, you should play it on your show, and vice versa. And just still having that at the core of our father-daughter relationship to continue growing. But on the career level too, of course, it's been wonderful to have that support, and not only just encouraging me to get to this point, but encouraging me to get further than points that he got to as well. And so he makes it very clear that he's proud of me and is always rooting me on. And so it was very nice having a parent who encouraged me to express myself growing up. Even though we didn't always like the same music, he would still drive me to the concerts and encourage me to play those songs on air. And that's something I think about when I advise students is how is WRFL providing them space to, learn more about their identity, grow in their identity, share community with people who have similar interests. I think we both have always thought about it. What can we do to ensure that the space will always be protected so that people can come in and express themselves and explore and build community and just continue to share all the great music that exists in the world that people might not otherwise have found. But ultimately, he trusts that I'm the person who's in charge of the space right now, and knows that I put in all the hard work to get here. And so it's cool to sort of be able to have those discussions, but still have him defer to, this is your thing now. I've kind of handed off the baton or the torch. And if I could tell my dad one thing right now, it would honestly be just thanks for letting me be weird and explore new music and actually take the time to drive me to concerts, even if it was metalcore and screamo stuff. He never tried to make me fit into a box and gave me plenty of freedom to learn who I was, whether or not that aligned with who he was. And it's really worked out for me, and I've been able to take a lot of ownership for that in my adult life too. So we're both really big David Bowie fans. He raised me to love David Bowie. We actually have matching David Bowie tattoos, and so I think some of that same philosophy that comes through in David Bowie's songs about identity and being a rebel and all of that, I would just tell him thank you for raising me to be that way.
I raised the most rabid young David Bowie fan in the history of the world.